No, I'm awake, if you can call it that. It's rained all morning, stormed all night. And it's just one of those days where I don't want to get up. I don't feel like, you know, I've had coffee and I have no appetite. So I thought, well, maybe I'll talk a few minutes like I do, right? So it's been a almost 30-day journey. My mother-in-law of 40 years, she fell the other day and didn't tell anybody. And the next morning, after she went to bed the night before, uh, and my father-in-law had noticed when she did go to bed that she went to bed a little earlier than usual. Anyway, she wouldn't wake up the next morning, and she hasn't woken up since. She's been in a coma. She's been on a ventilator. They had to do a trachea, and it's almost like I just have been reminiscing, thinking about our last conversation, um, moments in time, things. She's been such a big part of my life, and I lost my uncle in October of 21. And since then, I've had to travel. I'm in Texas, and I had to go to New Mexico. Uh, I have a responsibility with, and I've done these things before. My parents are both deceased. My mother when I was young, and my father when he came uh, from South Carolina here, thinking he was moving here to finally be closer with his family, and instead it was really about his early sign. He knew he had early signs of Alzheimer's. His mother had Alzheimer's. And the overall thing is, most think that, if you've ever watched the Hallmark Channel Lifetime and you see how people decline or possibly die, it's never like that. It's never like the Pearl Bailey as an angel, which wasn't Pearl Bailey. And it's all sunshine and everyone's there and it just goes real slow, right? I I don't fear death at all, but what I don't like is the sometimes where it takes out their dignity. My father was a sharp dressed man. He, I don't know, he just always held himself well in public, except when he drank. But that, he was a functional alcoholic, needless to say. And in the midst of all this, I find out my oldest grandson, he's 22 with a girlfriend. They've been together since after they graduated. Since I think after they graduated, anyway, about 3 years. And my son calls me the other day saying, "Guess what? You're going to be a great grandma." Lo and behold, huh? The balance of life and death. The oxymoron of it. It's almost like today. It's daytime. But yet you would think, I'm getting ready to go to bed instead of already. I've been up and laid back down. I have no moral to this. I have no solution other than to let it be as it is. Enjoy it. And when this is, it's just a roller coaster. It's going to go up and it's going to go down. You know, I wanted to come back, do another video that wasn't as dreary as I'm making this. And it's kind of difficult for it not to be dreary with things in the world, if you know what I mean. I don't like getting political because my personal beliefs are my personal beliefs in every sense of the world. And I've been on YouTube for quite some time, and I've developed in the subscriptions I have, I wouldn't say friendships, but I'd say video ships, whatever that means. But these are people that, because there are translations and, watched them for years all over the world. And I think that we are far more advanced than the people that are the commanders and chiefs, the rulers of other nations. I think they make it all complicated. Because for us, we just got out of the hole barely, with what COVID did. There's a lot of businesses that are out. The economies across the world suffered, barely came back. And this happens, and it's like, you may be broke over where you're at. We're not doing 100%, but you don't. It's not like if you've read the book Animal House. Is that Animal House? Yeah. And it's something like that where they create the war in order to change all that I just said. Economies, workforces, increases. You're already broke. Your country is not going to get better because it's ridiculous. It doesn't fit. I mean, I'm not talking intellectually. I'm just being the common everyday person. So with that said, wipe that slate clean and move on. I recently finally got my car. Finally, I got a Jeep. And I love her. It's 2007 Commander or Commandeer, whichever. I'm not sure which way to pronounce it, but I know that it's going to change my life. I've waited, a long time. I didn't have the finances to go, because you have to pay a lot once you purchase for tax, title, license also. It's just you have to wait for that moment, if that makes any sense at all. You just don't, I don't have the kind of resources to just jump up and go buy. But on this particular one, it was a one-time owner. The guy, though, that bought it from them, he didn't drive it so much as he rebuilt, like the engine, 29,000 miles. She's just got nothing but goodness. Fresh. Just, could seat 7 people. And then the gas prices go up. So I'm not like ripping and running it this time, right? Anyway, all is well. And I hope that everyone is staying safe. I hope that you're bountiful and at peace. Because we all deserve that. If we don't deserve anything else. Right? So with that being said, know that you're loved. Pay attention to that. Be involved. In this day and age, there's no reason not to have contact with those you love. None. There's no excuse other than a reality that you just don't want to, right? Once again, I say, know that you're loved. Peace.